Dudes, how you doing? So today, I need to wake up. It's too early. We have a Malibu. This is probably one of the most straightforward cars that you're ever gonna have. I miss tinting these all the time, so I'm very happy to have this one here. Pretty flat back window, pretty easy to get to side seals, and then there's gonna be a special trick, not really. The seals, we are gonna pull them, but they're gonna not be the bottom ones. It's gonna be all the basically that trim that goes all the way around the door. We're gonna take that off because super easy, makes those doors way simpler. So I used to get these all the time, about as much as I get all the new Malibus. So to see one of these in here is great. There is also a little heads up on the back glass. It is really easy except for you have this foam strip at the bottom too. So you want to make sure that the tint doesn't run into that. There's parts of it that can kind of warp. So this one looks to be doing that in a certain spot. So we just got to make sure that's pressed down before we get there. But yeah, we should be good. Is all my stuff working? I think it's working. Okay, it is working. I think my YouTube window is broken though. Oh no, it is just way delayed. There we go. How y'all doing? What's happening? What a first one. Devin, the beer, Lionel, how you guys doing? Love from Toronto. Toronto? Oh, that's cool. Love from Detroit. Detroit, not Detroit. Swole gang. Eric, how you doing? I need to man, between orders and everything right now, I'm a little bit winded, but we're keeping up with things. Oh, I gotta get film too. Oh, that's fine. I'll just go grab that. So yeah, I guess we're gonna get started here. This is gonna be a pretty straightforward car though, like we were talking about. So not a lot of craziness with this one. But that doesn't mean we're not gonna make some mistakes, right? Tinting while watching Matt, good way to start my morning. Very good. Received my first Glass Age shipment yesterday. Nice, very cool. Yep, foam on the bottom. Yep, I'll show you exactly. Okay, let's make sure this works. GoPro. Is it? GoPro. There we go. It does work. Yeah, okay. So these side seals. So this is the first thing that we're gonna take care of. These types of seals are a little weird to tuck into if you leave them like that, but these ones, there were a handful of them. Did the Impalas do it too? I think the Impalas, like the Grand Prix, those types of cars in these years, they do this. So all you do is pull down on that seal, and they tuck just inside here. So while I normally don't pull seals, these ones definitely well worth it to just get them out of the way. Super quick to pull out. How many cars do you get out of a roll of Glass Aid? For back windows or windshields, it's 100 feet, so you generally get about 10. Trying to think of what else there were. Grand Prix, Impalas, Malibus. There's just a little spider web in there. There we go. But, yeah, when I found out this, oh man, it was all about that. So we are gonna, I don't know. We don't really need to tape some of it, but there is like a felt seal still in here. And then you got the metal framing too, so don't cut yourself. Saturns. Oh, yeah. I forgot about Saturns. Acadias. Yep, those would do it too. Dang. Basically, a lot of GMs for those years did it. Traverse, Saturns. Dude, I totally forgot about Saturn. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I, like, it was never a bad day to get one of those, because they're just like all the other Chevys and stuff. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything I liked in particular. But I totally forgot about them. Kind of like Pontiac. Just don't see them much anymore. I know they're like out of business, and that's why, but like, still, it's just one of those things. Oh, I can't understand that one. Look at that. Still got a felt seal there. We'll give it a new low seal. But yeah, getting these all day long. The old Fusions, those were the days. All right. That one has the crazy foam on the back. Yeah, it does. I just cut them slim. But there are certain ones that foam would start to like bow up. This one has it in a spot. I didn't realize that for a long time. I used to cut my back windows pretty slim anyways. So most of this is totally fine. And then you hit this spot right here. So I gotta see if I can shove that down. What's the part number for that tape? Oh, I have no idea what the part number is. But look up house wrap tape. You'll find it. Or just go into Lowe's and show them my video. Be like this. Hey, I'm new to tinting. Was wondering when you are shrinking, does the film get smaller? Yeah, in those areas. So it basically, when you're shrinking, it pulls together. So all your side edges and stuff are locked down, and you have all this excess material all bunched up. So when you're shrinking it, you're causing it to basically like literally shrink and pull together. Wow. Do you have to shrink? Well, I don't do it for fun. So yes. Although some people argue with me on the doors, so that's fine. I never have to shrink door windows. Ah. What's your favorite squeegee? Handle squeegee is probably gonna be the hybrid. Overall squeegee. It's my squeegee. I'm a little partial. This little guy right here. That little green bean. Although, not quite a squeegee. Side tool, Tri-Edge. I got a little care package from Tri-Edge, so that was really cool. I used all my Tint Whiz Tri-Edges, and I didn't have any more. I was really sad. And then they got me a small pack of them. I was like, oh, I'm never gonna open them. They're gonna stay sealed fresh forever. They'll be a collector's item one day. All right. Well, I think that's good enough. I mean, these right here. I mean, look at that. Sealed. Never gonna open these. There's what was there? 4. There's 4 in here. Special. It'll be worth big money someday. I won't fight you about the door glass, but I don't shrink them. I do know the ones that I need to, though, and hey, we all do our own things to get the job done. I appreciate that. When you go into like the Facebook group, man, it becomes a battle. Just like somebody's like, hey, how do I shrink this? And then you get like 10 people that are like, you don't need to shrink that. What are you doing? And it's just like, good Lord. He asked, how do you do it? Be helpful. So I appreciate it. What? Have you tinted a 2008 Golf? There we go. That'll help keep it a little bit cleaner. So we're gonna scrub down, I guess, this back window. I wanna see if I can take care of this foam too. See if we can just smush it with a bulldozer or something. 2008 to 2011 Golf GTI, how do you go about shrinking the back window? It seems to be very tricky for a lot of tinters. They are. A good way to go about it is just to leave leave excess material at the bottom and just kind of do it that way. Oh God, I don't think I've ever seen one quite like this. Usually you can either just like push it out of the way, or they're not that bunched up there, but this one is like, I don't know what happened to this one right here. It like lifted and then got stuck. We'll be able to take care of it. I think we can just press it down. Sorry if it's giving you problems. No, it's all good. I think we can squeak it down. It's just, we gotta be a little careful about squeaking it back down. This is one of those things where, like, you'd have no idea unless you did them. It's just a weird tinting quirk. That's why That's why you pay somebody to handle it. This is dealing with it in real time. So there's usually like a little bit of give here. I think what we're gonna do too, oh, we can do that. That'll be nice. Why not try the slim foot? The rubber on the bulldozer might be hindering you. It's like kind of pressing down and then flipping right back up. Do I have a slim foot? Is that what that guy is over there? Like one of these things? Slim foot's not a tool I use. What is this? Somebody want tint quiz? I don't know, I bought it. I don't remember what this is though. But I can definitely squeak some of this out of the way when I'm installing it too. So looks like we got enough of it out of the way. We'll be fine. But we'll keep those things handy. Scrub pad. So, which website would be good to buy backlash tools at a good price? Sun Distributing. That's a quick foot. Oh, wait, is that this guy then? Is that this guy? Is that this guy right here? Who uses these? I bought it to take up wall space, not to actually use. Do I need water? Or do I need air pressure? Oh, shit. Take the rubber off the bulldozer? Ew, no. Quick foot, slim foot. Dude, those are tools that I never touched. I like the bulldozer because it's got that rubber lip on it. See, now look at this. You see we had that lump, that big bump there. Now it's all kind of flushed down. There's just this little portion right here that we're going to be a little careful about, but we should be good. Rick uses them. Yeah, it's never been a tool I've liked. If it had like a small curve up on the bottom, I think I'd be more inclined to use it, but maybe one of these days we'll use it. Today might be that day, probably not. It's a Malibu. Where's So, fun fact about Glassade. I am forever cursed to use the crappy rolls. So the rolls that don't quite make the cut for shipping. Ones with like major I don't know. Like this one's not too bad, but see how it's just all like mashed up and whatever. We put these rolls on the side. Those are the ones that I'm forever cursed to use. Well, you guys get brand new ones. Because I don't want them to go to waste. They're still good, but they just don't look as clean. Sad. What was that? I was saying take off, push the foam. I was saying take it off, push the foam down. Yeah, we pushed the foam down. Do you use the dryer sheet to shrink? Do you always use dryer sheet? Most of the time I do. So on this one, I suppose we should probably be a little bit more careful with this bottom edge. So you're going to want to be real exact about this. Or close to it. You got plenty of room on the sides and the top. Just on the bottom, just cut it a sliver past that dot matrix at the bottom. That way you're not pushing up against foam. Oh, I see what you mean. Rip it off an old bulldozer. Sorry. I do. I've got some cheap generic bulldozers laying around on the floor somewhere. I think the next thing I need to spring for is probably a wash tub. I think it's probably about time we finally have a plumber come and hook one of those up. Hang on one second. I gotta go fill up my tank. Cannon. Hello, Tint Studio. How can I help you? What kind of tint? Wait. What year is it? Let me look this up really quick. I've Can-Am? Oh, is that like an off-road four-wheeler?
Side by side.
Oh, I gotcha. Does it have actual glass windows, or are they plexi or Lexan?
It's all glass windows.
Oh. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, that's kind of unique. Yeah, I've actually never done one of those before.
You think you'd be able to do it?
I'm looking at some of the styles. Looks like they come in a few different styles, but do the back doors, they have bolt-on windows? Like,
Yeah, they're bolt on and they're like the old Chevy windows that they pop out, you know? They don't roll down.
okay. And the front ones, they look like they have gasket seals around the whole thing?
Yeah, and they roll down. Like I think the seal comes right out, I think. I think look at it when you're home.
Okay.
And then the front windshield pops really out of the goes all the way up.
Uh-huh.
So that would think be kinda easy.
Gotcha. So is there a back window on it too then?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just kind of going around through a lot of the pictures of some of these things. Yeah, could you get me a handful of pictures?
Yeah. Inside one?
Really, yeah, like where some of the hardware is, like ones that are a little bit farther out, and then some ones that are just a little bit closer, so I can see like, it's really like, how do the ceramic edges line up with that hardware? Do I have to take that stuff out, or do I leave the glass in? And I can just kind of cut around that stuff, because I don't want to leave like ugly light gaps or anything like that. I want to make it look super clean. It would definitely be more of a unique project, though. Okay. Okay. What I was saying was, All right, sorry guys. Yeah, I don't know quite where to quote that one yet. I gotta see roughly how much work it's gonna be. So it looks like some of these, it looks like some of them have decent cutouts, or they're just hardware there that needs to be taken off and then tinted and then put back in. Like, it looks pretty straightforward as far as any of the hardware that needs to be removed. It's just, it's extra things that need to be done while you're working on it. So he said he was going to get me some closer up pictures so I know what I'm working with, but he's also looking to get it done quick because he's taking it on a trip now next week. So didn't give me a lot of notice. So as far as getting in this week is like, I don't think I'll be able to take that on this week. If it was something else, maybe, but unique project first, give me a little bit more time with it. Canon. Because, let's see. Yeah, this is what he was talking about. I've never even, like, I mean, I know these exist. I just had no idea what they're called. I didn't know what a side-by-side was. I don't go four-wheeling or off-roading. So you have, these are actually pretty decent sized windows. He wants the full thing with the windshield tinted. And then all these, like the windshield flips up, the back window flips up. These ones look like they could unbolt and pop out. These style gaskets, they probably give you a little room on the inside, but like I said, it just, you don't know until you have it in person, or you can just get some better close-ups of it. So, plus I don't know if it's been off-roading already or if it's brand new. I probably should have asked. He said it was a 21, so it sounds like it hasn't, but if it had, yikes. Fade does them all the time. Oh, that's good to know. It would definitely. I totally forgot to fill up my tank and I was out. But now we're good. Whoa. What was that about? Hang on. I'm seeing like major stutter here. One sec. No, I think that's okay. All right. So we're working on a car. Let's continue to do that. Where did my chat go to? Okay, thanks for the tip on that. Was the photochromic tint milky in it anyway? Yeah, a little bit. It wasn't that bad though, but it had a really nasty purple color to it. So the darker it went, the worse it looked. When it stayed in that like 35% range, it really wasn't that bad. But yeah, it had other problems. It didn't like heat. So it was a pain to even work with, but regardless, like I trying to shrink that stuff, I don't even know which way. It didn't seem to shrink right either way, but I didn't want to screw up like the sole piece that I had, so I was being a little careful with it. Okay, where do I have my 20%? No, it's over there. God, I always forget that. I have my carbon and my ceramic, but I always keep a 20% and a 5% roll because those are the ones that I use the most. Maybe a little over the top.
Daniel Rayner super chatted $9.99. Magandu Umaga Big Boss Chief of Chiefs Master of Master Mat Kumustar.
Daniel with the 10. Hey man, how you doing? Thank you, sir. That's quite a title there for sure. Yeah, I wish I could have had a little bit more of that phone call on stream, but I had to get this tank filled, and then I'm like, people always call when I have something to do that's loud. So most of it's fine, but then somebody calls and I have to like turn on a heat gun, or I have to like release the air pressure from my spray tank. And I'm using my watch, so I don't want to just like right in their ear. But sometimes we have to, I guess. Oh, what are you? Maybe he's just a chill bug. Stab it with a red. God damn, that is that's a little harsh, wouldn't you say? Although that fly, we should have taken care of the fly last time. I have killed many flies since. So next time we see a fly, sorry, we just can't have that. There becomes too many of them. Would it hurt tint rolls to leave them out of the boxes? No, not at all. You'll have some dust on the roll, that's it. They'll be totally fine. Do I need like a new knife? Maybe. Used clay bar for the first time yesterday. Super helpful for the top edge. Crazy how much crap it got off. Oh, that's awesome. Glad you like them. Yeah, they're impressive. Meanwhile, I make a short video about it, and then I have people that send me links to metal kitchen scrubbers, and I'm like, hey. Why do you never use the crop squeegee blades? I don't use them very often just because I didn't get them for a while. I'd get the non-cropped ones because I would then flip them around and use the other side. But the hybrid actually doesn't come in a cropped version, and that is now my favorite one. So I have like cropped in everything else now. I just don't use them right now. Have you ever installed car security film on, or security film on car windows? One time. My Explorer had it. There was a product from Avery. It was a 4mm security film. I actually really liked the idea too, but it was blurry. I think the idea was super cool. So, way more popular in overseas countries. They'll do it on both sides of the window. So, based on where Avery is, there's not much surprise there. But here, probably not as big of a draw for it. It was cool though. It was like working with a poster board though. Even 4mm didn't seem like it would be that bad. Oh, that stuff was thick. Shrank really easy though. There's a type of window that you're gonna want to remove the bottom seals for. If you're working with stuff like that, yeah, you'll have way easier time. Tried 2-staging it. It wasn't quite the way to go with that stuff. Do you rest the frame of your knife on the glass or just the blade? On the glass. For cutting like the top edge, a little bit. With the metal knives though, you'll put a little indent or a score in the film, so you got to be careful with like the red dot. Can you show where you start the top edge? Sure. The Easy Tint 2 by Expel. I didn't give it much of a chance. I didn't like it, but I didn't give it much of a chance. It's bulky to shove into a seal. That's why I didn't like it. It was metal, it had like a paint protection layer on it too. And it's just like, you just kind of feel like you're, like it's clunky and just too big to shove in that seal. It's a lot. But I think if you take a little bit of time and get used to it, you're probably better off with it. If you want to use something like that, but. So the way I learned how to do most things was 2-stage. So that's where something like this, I mean, you don't even really need one of these things, but this is handier than using even like I used to use an easy reach instead. But there's times where the shank just stays out of your way. So a tool that kind of like fits into the seal and helps pull it back for you, they're all handy and useful. Why I like the shank over some of those bigger items is it's easier for me to carry around. I could just leave it in my tool belt. I don't have to like put it on a cart or something and run back and forth and get it. That was a much bigger problem. That was a much bigger problem when I was mobile. Here, it doesn't matter as much. But I'm still pretty conscious of leaving things on the side of the car. Like, I still like to keep like the way that I tint is the way that you can tint pretty much anywhere. You don't need a bunch of stuff to bring with you in order to tint a car. It's called the gentle poker. I forget. Do you think it's less cost efficient stacking 20-inch rolls for side windows? Yeah, actually it is. Depends on where they're priced too. Some companies are a little dumb and they don't charge a premium on it at all. And then it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll just do 20-inch rolls. But some of them are wise to it. They'll charge a little premium. So if you're just using 20-inch rolls on side windows, yeah, you're spending more money than using 36s, which is a big reason why I'll take a 36-inch roll on the side instead of using 20s. But for a while, I was using 20s. Because they would charge, at the time it was Avery. Avery would charge the exact same price. And it's like, well, if you're not going to cut us a break on like a bigger roll or whatever, it's like, okay, if you want to cut and ship small rolls of film, we'll just order a bunch of them, and that's the way we'll do it. So check with your supplier. Just do what makes most sense for you. They are easier to handle, so that's kind of nice. When you use 20-inch rolls on the side, it's a lot easier to just throw 2 layers of that over one window than take a 36, split it, and line that up. But you can definitely do it both ways. Just take like average how much film you use, and then work that out over like a month. And then that's where you really start to see some price differences. Looks so good already. Oh, glad you like it, man. It's cool to have people that are really excited about getting their cars tinted. That's one reason we stream this one. I was just like, that's cool. Really excited to get his car tinted here. It's like, hell yeah, let's do it. Do you know why some Blue Maxes are dark and some are light? It's just manufacturing inconsistencies. That's it. There's just not a huge amount. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't want to say there's not a huge amount of quality control, but like, there's so like products like Tint Slime. Actually, if you look across some of the other squeegee blights side by side, if you just like hang on to them for a while, you'll see color differences between products. They should be the same, but Blue Maxes, I think, had a really weird manufacturing history. Like it's like under family. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to get that info wrong. But I don't think the original manufacturer's making it, but Rick would know more. I think it's still under the same family, but it's gone through some changes before. Another thing about buying film, in some cases it's cheaper to order a 60-inch roll and have it cut than ordering a short roll. Yep, very true. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of ways that you can order your film. When we were, like, a huge reason why I would get 36 and 24-inch rolls and why people talk in 60-inch rolls rather than in like shorter increments is just that would give you the biggest break. So when you're ready to order film, it would make more sense to order full rolls, get them cut down, and then just get whatever sizes made the most sense for your workflow. Go. That's a little better. See the little round right there? See how that goes? Let's get a razor blade. Razor blade, scrub pad, clay bar, door plastic. That's the last thing that we need. I don't even know if we really needed the tape line here. Some of these panels, especially the older ones, can stick very well. This one, maybe not. Okay. Well, I guess we might have. Cool. All right, now being that this one is a little bit older, taking a razor blade to something like this makes a lot more sense. Just because any types of grime that's built up over time works well. Are you using a cone sprayer tip? Yeah, I want to try the fan tip again. I've always had the cone tips. I had a fan tip for a brief time, and then I kind of ruined it. But I had like some crap running through my spray tank, and then I took like a little piece of wire and bumped it out, and then that screwed up the fan tip. So those things are a little bit more touchy with water. Super chat.
Damon Morley super chatted $14.71. Your logo is badass. Thanks for the advice. I'm going to start ordering 60-inch rolls and getting them cut from Australia.
Oh, thank you. Your logo is badass. Thank you. I'm a big fan of my logo. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to start ordering 60-inch rolls and getting them cut down. Cheers from Australia. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for the 20. Damn. Yeah, 60 is a good way to go about it. But check with your suppliers to make sure it makes sense. But that's why. So film is a little bit different now too. So 60 was the only way that window film was getting made. Now some film lines are made in 72-inch rolls. So the Pro Classic and Pro Nano, those I believe are on 72-inch platforms. So because they sell more 36 inches than anything. So you can do 3 24s or 2 36s on a 72, and it makes it way easier for inventory for like a manufacturer. But then plotters, some are set up for 40-inch pattern setups, so it varies on the way you have your business set up. So with the cone sprayer, this spot right in the middle doesn't get sprayed as much. The edges get sprayed way more. So the nice thing is I can adjust it, but the bad thing is sometimes it seems like it takes more water to cover the same type of area just because how the water hits from the sprayer. But I like the cone sprayer a lot. It's been more reliable for me. But we'll probably try a fan tip again. We could put what I was talking to Rick about was we could do one on each side, so we can have a fan tip on one side, a cone sprayer on the other side, and just bounce back and forth between the two. Yay. You booked for today? I am. I have a removal coming in next on a back window. Removal and retint. It's just older bubbly film. It was supposed to happen on Saturday. It was just it's kind of interesting day. People that were hanging out on Saturday know what happened. Had the appointment scheduled for just a retint. Guy said he would have no problem doing the removal himself. And then he decided to not do the removal. And I'm like, oh, I don't have time to do both today. I'm ready to get in soon. Nice. Yeah, let us know. I'll check. I can check the rest of the week, but I'm pretty sure we're into next week right now. They're like, I don't know, the weeks are interesting. We'll have openings, and then all of a sudden we'll just get a wave of people, and it'll all get filled up really quick. So sometimes it's fine pushing it off a little bit, and then next thing I know, it's like, oh, we're into next week now. So that's a comfortable place to be, though, right now. I'm happy with that. I just want to keep things going steady. No work means no live streams. Sad. Woo. Is it dumb to start my tinting business now when it's slow? I have a full-time job too. No, not at all. Just try and do both. Do your full-time job, set up a day and a time to do an appointment or two, and just start building that up. Because when you start getting into the busy season, then all of a sudden you'll have more demand, and you can maybe take time off of your regular job to kind of focus on that if you want to make a change. But you'll have more opportunity when the time comes, and you'll have built up your business a little bit. It can be a little scary, like, it would be really scary if you're opening up a physical location into a slower season. But there's always like this, man, no matter how you cut it, like, talk to some people that want to open up shops, and then they're going to wait till springtime to do it. And like, I understand, and I don't fault anybody for waiting like that. But then come wintertime, it's going to slow down, I think, anyways. There's always going to be that grind to it. I guess it just gives you a slightly better chance in the beginning, but starting in slower can allow you to take more time with less pressure. Yep. Oh yeah, we need a plastic. Yeah, when you have time to focus on everything, it's really nice. Then you have like a system in place, then you can accommodate it being busier. It'll be much easier to scale into. I mean, I started Detroit Tint Studio at the very beginning of a pandemic. Oops. That was interesting. And you never know when like something like that could happen either. So, hey. If you have time and opportunity, just take advantage of it. I think I can feel the dog on this window. I remember he said his dog was nosing this window. But it's all good. The worst is when you just have lots of like adhesive and stuff that has to be scraped off. Having something that just has general scuzz that can be cleaned off, it feels a little gross, but it's kind of whatever. You just get used to it. Starting your studio to afford toilet paper, but there was no toilet paper to buy. Yeah. It's all out. I would have thought the city would have a little bit more sympathy for small business at the height of that, but they did not. I watched a few old videos from YouTube 10 years ago. You've been doing tint for over a decade. Oh, God. I didn't... You know, saying I've been tinting for 13 years, that sounds like a long time, but when you say over a decade, it sounds even longer. Yeah, it's been a little while now. I remember somebody told me not to start my YouTube channel until I've been tinting for at least 10 years. We didn't listen. What was that? I think brass sprayers are out of stock. Oh, but they're in stock today. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. See, that is just something that you wouldn't know if you weren't hanging out here. I heard Sun Distributing was trying to muscle into the brass fittings and stuff more, so that'll become hopefully less and less of an issue. But I mean, I don't think they usually are out of stock on that stuff. I know for a while, oh yeah, I forgot. Last year, they were just like in low production, so it was just hard to get enough of them. They were ordering from probably about like 5 or 6 different sources, I think. Like they were just trying to find them from all over the place. Now going a lot more direct. My city cleared me. They said they don't see anything wrong here. I just think when they tried to stop out, it was not working, so they didn't see it being done. Well, that's good. See, that's kind of what I figured with some of this is like, it's a bit of luck, but if you get the okay, then like you're golden. It's just a matter of if you can get that okay or not. Some will have a problem and some won't. It just depends on who's in charge or if you've got a neighbor that just decides that they're not having it. Jealous. Definitely jealous. But, you know, it did put us in this place, and this place is pretty cool in its own way too, so. Know how to get scratches out of door glass? Just replace it. There are polishing kits. Deep scratches you're not really gonna be able to do much to. light scratches, you can probably help out with them, but like you're gonna need to actually like work that window down. It's easier to honestly just replace the glass. Because, like, I don't know. I would see scores from knives and stuff put into windows, and then, like, you know, all of a sudden it was all hands on deck trying to figure out, like, oh, we got to get the polishing kit. We got to do this. We've been told from this company that these tools will definitely get that scratch out, no problem. And then they're sitting there for, like, an hour trying to work a scratch out. They're not even making a dent in it, and it's just like... And then they have to replace it for the customer anyways. It just was a waste. Sad about the crack in the windshield. I saw that. Yeah, so this little chip here, what an unfortunate bit. That's not bad, but yeah, it just hit the wrong spot and it went straight up there. The good news is it's not going to get any worse than that. It's just going to kind of sit up there and always annoy you. No worries there. I had one that went clear across the passenger side. No windshield on this because of that crack right there. I'd do it, but it's one of those things where not everybody wants to spend the money on a nice tint job on a cracked windshield. Totally understandable, I think. Why? Oh. Shit. Hang on. Oh my god. GDI, I swear to God. Can you... Hello? Hello?
Hey, is this Matt?
Yeah, this is Matt. What's up?
Hey, Matt. It's Matt at GDI Tools. I was just checking to see if you shipped out that 350 rolls of that Class 8 tape yet.
Yep, it shipped on Thursday. I can pull up the tracking, and I sent you guys... did I send you guys an invoice? Oh, I billed you guys. I got to send you guys the invoice for it. But it did...
The tracking, because the international customer just called me.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. I'll see where it's at, but it should be there anytime. I shipped it UPS ground, so it'll be there soon.
Yeah, it should be here. Hopefully it'll be here today.
Okay.
Take a tracking, just see what it says. I appreciate it. You can send me invoice and we'll get that squared away, Matt.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
No problem. See ya.
Bye-bye.
That was GDI. His name is Matt, too. I want to check to see where their glass aid's at. Oh, you know what? They sent me. See, this is where this stuff drives me crazy and gets complicated. Good lord. Sorry, guys. Work. Do I buy glass aid from Tint Depot? Yeah, any of the suppliers that you want to. I sell it, they sell it. Sun Distributing sells it. GDI, Dragon. Where is... See, they sent me tracking labels, but they did it in a PDF. So, like, I'm going to do this really quick. 1C... It says it was delivered today at 11. It was delivered like when he called. I gotta call them back really quick. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I totally forgot. You guys sent me the labels too, so you had the tracking info. But yeah, I checked. Okay, no problem. All right, you're welcome. Have a good one. Bye. It's so funny. It's like, you wait, and then as soon as you check, that's when it walks in the door. It's just, what timing, man. That's so funny. But yeah, they got him. That's super cool. So no issues there. So GDI has been supplying somebody overseas, I think. I think that was like Rap Gear. So some of you guys that are ordering from overseas, I think Rap Gear NL, they're the ones that have bought them from GDI and they stock them there. See, that's all the stuff that I gotta try and take care of behind the scenes. Can't stream all day because of that. Where do you buy your tools from? A few places. Oh. My last set I bought from, wait for it. Oh, don't hit that. Sun Distributing. There you go. And Tint Depot. Dang it, I can't say and. I have to just say Tint Depot. There you go. I gotta check the tracking, but my plotter is on the way too. So I don't know, I gotta set it up. And I'm not exactly sure how I want to set it up. Windows has a little bit more touchscreen support, so at least sounds cool. Sounds cool to set up like a really clean monitor setup that we can just like, I don't know. Whoop, 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 whoop. Evergrande is going down. Oh, the Chinese housing market? Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. It's there's some interesting stuff happen. I'm buying some tools from your website. Do you not carry the long windscreen squeegee? Oh, the Libman one? No. No, that's like a Walmart special there. Walmart, Meijer. I don't know. It is on Amazon, though, too. There's got to be something better. It just works really well, so I've been using it. But yeah, it was just something I found. Have you used the torch to shrink? Yes. Do you know where you can buy good quality taillight tint? I don't know if Sun Distributing still has it. Lux ran into some material issues too, where it was just really hard to come by. But I would look at Lux, L-U-X-E, Lux taillight film. That stuff is really, really user friendly. What software? It's called Film Cut. And we're gonna see what a workhorse plotter can do. Any benefits to shrinking with the torch? Speed. If you want to go fast, like really fast, use a torch. There's nothing that's gonna heat it up faster than that. Oh, I still have this little guy. Where was this one hiding? I used to use this on so many little quarter windows. I don't do taillights, and I managed to do my Explorer taillight in it. The torch isn't as scary as or crazy as what it looks like when you first see it. At first there's this big shock factor, which is kind of one reason I don't do it. The other is I don't expect anybody watching to just start torch shrinking right out of the gate. So it makes more sense for me to just keep using heat guns on this stream. I'm not great with the torch. I've been able to tint windows with it, but it definitely has a learning curve. But when you learn it, it's really, really quick, and you can do a whole lot, and you never need an extension cord again. You're moving so fast with that heat too that the glass stays pretty cool. With a heat gun, you're moving slower, so that glass has a chance to heat up more. You could light it on fire potentially. But behind the scenes, doing it on like a really nice car, nobody's gonna care. Doing it on stream, I've got a what is it? A BMW M3 coming in, a brand new one that's coming in on Friday. Stuff like that. Yeah, we're probably gonna be a little overly concerned. Wait, heat gun for mobile? I'd still use the Wagner. The Wagner was great. You still have like extension cords and outlets when you're mobile. Yeah, exactly. It's a normal when you get used to it. But it's one of those, like, man, it was such a hot topic in the very beginning. They kind of like the keg sprayers. They blew up in the group, and then all of a sudden everybody was like torch shrinking and talking about it, and then it was like, but when you get used to it, it's pretty normal. What's the group? Oh, there's a few of them. Window tint stuff is my group, though. On Facebook, because YouTube doesn't have any good community pages. See, look at how much more room we got without a seal. I'll tuck these in farther for removing the seal too, because there's nothing there, so you can cover up quite a bit of space. Nice. Do you have a shop tour video? I don't think so. Wonder if we got somebody. What time is it? Oh, probably not yet. Sweet. You should add the year. I should. A lot of times I forget. So I kind of know, like, the model. Well, I know the model. I honestly forget the year. The year becomes like, okay, what are we doing? This model, Chevy Malibu. Or I'll ask in the beginning what year it is, but that just helps me kind of put a range on it, and then I totally forget what it is. So when I'm making the title, I forget. Is the tinting business profitable? No, not at all. Come on. It is what we do. Any benefits to heat sealing the top before rolling the window up? Oh, yeah, sure. It depends on how your film sticks. But it definitely doesn't hurt at all to take a little bit of time, squeegee up the top, and then run that heat gun with it. It just takes a little bit of extra time, that's all. But yeah, you're totally good to do something like that. How do you separate the backing with your practice? Oh no! Stay. I wish, so I'm not really good at like flicking the corner and getting it to peel with just a fingernail. I would always get really frustrated, and then you just like, you don't nibble at it, but you just shift it really quickly. But it does take a little bit of practice to get the hang of. So there's two or three main ways to do it. You can sit there, like you can grab a corner and then just and then get that tint to peel. Some people do it that way, and then the way I do it, which is just annoying for me too, but it works, is just shifting the liner away from the film just a little bit. Just gotta practice. It's always annoying to me because it's like one of the things, like if somebody's watching you, then all of a sudden you're just like, hang on one sec, I just gotta chomp on your film for a minute. But you're not really biting it though. Some people are like, oh, you'll put in teeth marks that way, and no, you can, but that's not what you're doing. You're not just biting the corner. I always use 2 pieces of tape. Oh, that would be even more annoying. Yeah, that takes time. What tint do you recommend for somebody that's just starting that doesn't break the bank? Check out Tint Depot. Tint Depot has a lot of budget-oriented films along with better stuff too. So they got all the ranges. There's that, there's that, there's that. Huh. Oh, duh. There it is. We put it right there. I forgot. Oh, I got peeps. 1 second. 1 second. Canon. All right, I got the next appointment dropping off, so I'll be right back. Hang on a sec. Okay, what's this plugged into? Ah, we can use this for right now. Perfect. There you go. Yeah, no problem. Whole bunch of things. Dang, that's no fun. So the guy was super excited to like have his car tinted, and then his phone died, and I'm like, let me grab you a charger real quick too. Good lord, that sucks. Okay, so I've got my next one. Okay, key's right there. So I have a removal that I gotta do. I'm gonna do that off stream. I gotta do that next. Huh. Dang.
Kevin Rogers super chatted $20. You're looking dapper, my guy. I hear a plotter and software is headed your way. Awesome.
Kevin Rogers with the 20. Thank you, sir. Yep. We're getting the workhorse plotter. That is going to be here. I don't know, sometime this week, but it should be fun. Everybody knows that I'm really cynical about plotters, so believe me, we're going to run it through its paces for sure. I'm very familiar with them. So I've never used a workhorse plotter though. Never really even heard of them. So I'm definitely interested to try a more budget-oriented plotter. I've used what was it? Tint True Cut, Film and Vinyl, DAP, and Computer Cut. How much? I think it's like a $1,600 plotter. It's 52. So it'll fit a 40-inch roll. That was the biggest thing. Is like up to, it'll fit like a little bit over than that, but. There'll be, I have a workhorse. Let me know if you need anything. Oh, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Sorry, thinking. Who is that? I have a question for you, actually, while you're here. Have you messed around with the software on a touchscreen? Because I'm interested in getting like an all-in-one setup or a monitor with a touchscreen. I know it would probably make more sense to just use a mouse for everything, but being able to kind of just like, it'd be clean. So to have that as like kind of like an extra option, I'd be really interested to see if it'll work or not. But yeah, what I was saying about the size, they have like a short version and a longer version. Whatever plotter you get, it's worth investing to make sure that it can do, make sure that it can fit up to a 40-inch roll. 60-inch roll is handy, especially if you're doing flat glass, but for automotive, you're not going to be buying 60-inch rolls, so you're going to have like up to 40s typically. So you can get like an oversized plotter that can accommodate up to a 60-inch roll, but you're not really going to use it very much. At least most places aren't going to use it very much. If you know you're going to use it, then yeah, get it. But plotters are one of those investments where I wouldn't go too budget on. I just wouldn't. It's a main tool for your business. If you're gonna use it, you're gonna use it on so many cars, and you just need that thing to work. You need it to be a workhorse. So I've got a lot of experience with Graphtec and Vinyl Express. So I know Roland is another company. I haven't used Roland, but I know they're kind of like right up there with Graphtec. But be interesting taking a trip down into these ones. How much time does it save? So it depends on your operation. Just one car for one person, not much. But if you have multiple cars, you have a small team of people, it can be essential to what you're doing. So I block off 3 to 4 hours worth of time to tint these cars. I definitely don't need a plotter to do these ones. It's not going to make my life much better to use a plotter in my situation. So I'm more about getting things a little bit more particular, and plotter is not the way to go for that. Plotter is typically good enough type of quality where you can put out more work, and yeah, some of the things are like, you know, the top edge isn't as snug as what you'd like it to be. Oh, these patterns didn't quite line up the way I wanted them to. Oh, there's a small gap on that window. Let me go readjust the patterns and throw another one back in. That's kind of what it's like using a lot of plotters, or using a lot of software. So I'm hoping Film Cut's gonna be a little bit more snug, or else we're gonna have a little issue here. But I'm hopeful. I think how they get the patterns is a big reason why. From what I hear, I would like to double check on this, so don't hold me to this. But from what I hear, they cut and fit all the patterns in-house, so that means there's a lot of quality control there. Most places, they get the pattern shipped to them and then they scan them, and then there's no quality control there. So that's why you have so many like wild windows. So you should be able to do more cars in a day? Yeah, there's the potential to. I mean, my attitude on a plotter, though, when I was tinting for other companies was a lot like this. Oh, we cut it out? Cool. And then you go to put it on the door, and it doesn't quite line up the way you did? Well, I guess that's just how it is. And then you move on to the next window. Some of them were much better than others. Some cars were good, and then you just run into that car where it's just everything's just a little bit off, and you just don't have time. You're on to the next job. Promise you won't stop hand cutting? No, I definitely won't stop. I'd be leery on doing the doors and leaving them. We'll see how it is. Patterns for Film Cut are the closest I've seen yet. Great fit, nice top edges. 2020 Fusion was the first one I wasn't impressed with. Oh, interesting. That is one that you would think that they'd have down pat. But if they are, what you hope to is that, like, okay, they're not super great on this car, but then they improve them. But I know so many softwares where that wasn't the case. It was sad. So some of them, watching you tint is like ASMR. Thank you. Do a hand cut versus plotter video? Oh, for sure. For sure. Because understanding, like, where they're strong and where they're not is really important. When I was tinting for Tint Squad or Auto Tint City, they were pretty much exclusively plotters. At my dad's shop, it was a little bit of both. For the most part, we would plotter cut everything. But it was like, you're just trying to keep up with the day. So you have like 2 or 3 bays with cars in them. You're cutting out patterns for this car, you're cutting out patterns for that one, he's heat shrinking this one, then you're going over and installing that one. It's just like, it's just a madhouse of tint. And you don't have as much time for quality control at all. You're just trying to keep up with the day. And then it's kind of do things now, fix problems later, and if a pattern doesn't quite line up on the top edge, if it's a little shy somewhere, that's just how it is, and then you're moving on to the next one. You're rolling those windows up anyways. They're not going to be a problem for a few days, if they have a problem with it at all. Car looks good, boom, you're on to the next one. That's kind of what a more high production shop is like, honestly. At least some of them. Especially when they're not charging a lot for each vehicle. It's like you don't have time. But to plotter cut and then also cut the top edges afterwards, I don't like that at all. Might as well just hand cut the rest of it. But where they would definitely be not a problem if they fit is back windows, truck back windows, regular back windows, anywhere with a ceramic border edge. Windshields are pretty unreliable though. So cutting out like this back window, that would be, stuff like that would be fine. Your business is so new. What's the plan when it outgrows just by yourself? I see that happening soon. Oh, I don't know. We just scheduled people 2 months out. Yeah, I try not to think about it too much. Is your dad's shop near you? Yeah, it's out in Dearborn, Auto Tint City. Dearborn Heights. It's about, I don't know, like 40 minutes away, I think. My first tint videos are all out of that place. That's where I got my big YouTube start, man. Dad versus son on the same car? Yeah, he doesn't tint. My younger brother does though. And one of my older brothers does too as well. We're gonna have to see that. Maybe someday. I tried to shoot so many videos there. There are quite a few videos that have been shot there. But the problem always with places like that is they got work to do. Gonna tint my windshield with Geo and my new Detroit Tint Studio felt card. Ooh, nice. That's awesome. Good luck. Hope it goes well. Okay, so this one, remember it's got that foam strip on the bottom? Ooh, we almost slipped. We got that foam strip on the bottom. So we want to take our time here. And people ask, where do I cut on the glass aid? For the most part in the middle, but if I'm trying to be extra particular about something, so see, this edge is really now straight, really close to the edge, where a lot of my cuts will sometimes be a little bit more inconsistent because we're moving faster, and they'll be more towards the center. But when you slow down, that's where you can put it. I want to add a felt card to my order. Can you reply to the email? I'll try and catch it. We had a ton of orders go out, so if it hasn't gone out yet, we can probably rip apart the envelope and just repack it. But my wife is helping out with a lot of that, so reply to the email and we can, like the order email, and then we can probably get it thrown in there before it ships out. But I'll never remember if it wasn't in there. I just learned how to bulk print ship labels, or I learned how to bulk print shipping labels yesterday. Oh my God. Shopify is a very capable website shop program, online e-commerce platform. Shopify's been great. For some reason, I missed that you could somehow add everything in bulk for shipping labels, and then you can just print them out in a big string. Oh my God. Saves so much time now. Because now that we're back in stock from Glass-Aid, Jesus Christ, it's been like 60. We've been shipping out like 60 orders a day, just trying to keep up with everything right now, so it's been busy. If you heat the film like that, does the quality of film, will it cut down? I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. You gotta heat shrink the film to get it to kind of line up in place. Oh, I forgot about that. They have this little nubbin right here. Aww. Is it by white pinstriping from the auto parts store because you ordered a Glass-Aid? Sorry about that. How did it work? It does the job on the line, but it's not the same. It worked okay. Well, I'm glad I caught you by. Not as flexible. Oh, interesting. I didn't even think about that. I guess there would be. Some of them are more flexible than others, but I didn't even think about that. I figured it'd be just much thinner. Won't go around the curves good. Dang. That's where something like glassite is special. Because, dude, I tint windows too. I just need that shit to work. All right, what was that tool we were gonna use? We were gonna hang on to one of these in case. Maybe the other one, I don't know. So, why didn't I get my side swipe? Where's my side swipe? This guy. All right, cool. If I can't figure out how to shrink my windows, I'm tempted to drive to you so you can tint them. Shrinking's one of the hardest things to learn. For sure. It's weird because it looks one way, and then when you start trying it, it's just kind of like, wait, why is my film acting weird? So, if you're looking to learn window tinting just to tint your own car, it's fun to play around with, and you'll learn a lot about tinting, but getting a good result can be pretty difficult. It's more for like somebody that wants to do it as either like a side hustle or a full-time career. So if you're looking to just get like one car tinted, you got to go through a lot. You're learning all the things that people spend years getting down. So if you can't get it, definitely don't beat yourself up about that. But I saw these front doors. Guy came in for full. Probably keep doing it on site. Oh, well, that's good. Then keep at it. Guy came in with front doors. Said he watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Or came in to get a full windshield tinted. He's like, I just couldn't get the full windshield. I don't know. I looked on the front doors. Dude, he did such a good job. I was very proud of him. But it was also on a Ram, so it's kind of a good thing that he didn't practice on the windshield a bunch, because might have screwed up his own car by doing that. Okay, so on this one, that foam strip, there's like one or two little spots. So I'm just going to be real careful about trying to put this down here, and hopefully we don't go too far. Just enough. And then we can look at it. So I'm only really going to want to make one pass at the bottom. Looks like everything's covered. Yay. But the less I I irritate the bottom edge and just kind of get it all to lay down smooth, the better. If we didn't have that little foam strip kind of button up against it, it wouldn't be a big deal, but definitely don't want like a finger or anything to pop up. You make that look so easy. Well, this one's pretty straightforward. I mean, look at the gaps I got up here. I got so much room to work with on the sides and stuff. And then we took our time to cut that bottom, so it just lined up real nice. Bulldozer actually was one of the, like, really nice for getting in there and leaving a gap. So this has a lot of things going for it. But I'm going to squeegee up to the bottom edge. And then I'm going to take, I don't know, I got to figure out what tool I want to use. Maybe this is where they were talking about the slim foot. I want to use this one, though. I like the tail fin. I think we'll get in that edge really nice the first time. That. I think that's what I'm looking for. Cross our fingers. Yeah. We got one little bubble right there. I think we can get that out. What's the green tool we mostly use for? That right there. At least that's what I've only ever used it for, is bottom of back windows. Tail fin. How hard do you press? Enough. I don't know. There's still water there, so we're not like, yeah, but you put some pressure on it. So just try it. Enough pressure. So like that much pressure, but I can't explain it. Geo in length by the foot or inch, like 24 by 100. Oh, so it's 24 inches by 100 feet. Standard rolls are 100 feet in length. It's like how aggressively, like how, oh, there was like that stand-up comedian. There's that one comedian that was like, how does Superman fly faster? Just more of this. How hard do you press that? Enough? Michael? Ooh, we did it. Get those last little ones out. That's perfect.
Michael Barbieri super chatted $5.
Michael Barbieri. Thank you so much for the 5, man. No message. Thank you.
Cameron Landry super chatted $4.99. How would you shrink a rear window on a sports car with the fins on the rear glass like Mustangs?
Cameron with the 5. How would you shrink a rear window on a sports car with the fins on the rear glass? You're talking about like the rear louver, that whole like plastic or whatever enclosure that they put? You wouldn't. That either has to be removed. Oh, there's a fly. I wonder if we can get it. Dang, I think we missed it. Yeah, you wouldn't. You need that removed, or you can't do that back window. You'd have to shrink it on another piece of glass. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, sometimes there's just things that are in the way that it doesn't make sense. They need to have them removed. And if they can't have them removed, then they can't get it tinted. Do you ever think to yourself how crazy it is that you get paid to put stickers on windows? We are the most professional sticker applicators around. It's pretty great. Yeah, it's turned out really well. Like somebody just said in chat, love doing these ones. Seals pull out. So for those of you that are just tuning in, yes, we actually did pull the seals, but not the bottom seals. On these ones, this was just a GM trademark, where these Grand Prix, Impalas, the Malibus, some Saturns, back when they were a thing, the seals pop out all around, and so you get a huge amount of space to work with. So much, much easier to tint something like this. So they basically just cut off the seal right here, and then it just rolls back in super quick. No tools needed. Ta-da, that's it. Just pressure fit. So if you get these ones, know that. They'll make your life way easier. Oh yeah, some Cadillacs too, like CTS. CTS does this. But this, it's more in like the 2005 to 10-ish, that general range. I wish I knew that. Yeah, it's I've worked in so many different places. This is one of those things where, like, when you work near tech, like you know, remote starter dudes and stuff like that, you pick a lot of these things up. So way easier to do something like that. But most cars don't do that anymore. But the more we talked about it, I realized that it was really a GM thing. Not many other, I don't think we named a single one outside of GM that did this. Blue versus pink triage? The pink ones are great. The blue ones are great too. The pink ones are supposed to be a little bit softer, but man, they're so handy. I'd get both, but you might end up using the pink more than the blue. The purple ones, the triage purple ones, are based on the blues, so if you like the purple ones, you'll definitely like the blues too. But they're so similar. What type of tint and what did you charge? This was $240. We went with our standard color table. So they get a very nice looking tint
Kevin
job.
Gary
No
Super
supreme
Chatty,
heat rejection.
$49.99.
But that's
when
totally
I'm tinting,
fine.
I use you live streams as a podcast.
Whoa!
Smiley
Cannon.
face.
Kevin with a 50. Good God, man. How you doing? When I'm tinting, I use your live streams as a podcast. Oh, damn. Well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. That's one hell of a super chat, buddy. Cheers. Oh, wait. Here, let's give you the tint. The tint was cheers. Much appreciated, man. Yeah, this is just a fun hangout for me, too. Much appreciated. I don't know why my did I? Yeah, I did plug them in. Is it broken? Maybe I didn't start Lumia stream. Here, that deserves that. Woo! Thank you so much. I didn't realize that we had a problem with it. I've just been kind of focused on everything else that's been getting done. But thank you. That deserves a fog blast. We got one more seal to put in. The worst ones to put in for me was the Grand Prix. Easy to take out, such a pain to get back in. Malibu's no problem. Do customers ever see you with your setup in your head? Yeah, we had a couple drop off. And then they just, I don't know. They like, some of them, they know that I do videos. So I tell them, but some of them will look and understand. And some of them it's just like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. Anyways. So when they see the head setup, they're like, oh, wow, that's something. Should I have brought my car somewhere else? Oh, what disconnected? Oh. Okay, it's back. What the heck, dude? I actually got a decent monitor. And for whatever reason, it just decides to disconnect and reconnect occasionally. And it never did that before, but now that's a thing. I don't get it. At least it comes back really quickly, though. It starts rearranging all my windows. This guy is serious. Or this guy's a nutcase, I don't know. Hopefully my windows turn out good at the end of it. They usually do. We try. All right. So we are pretty much at the end of this one. What time is it? 12:39? Perfect. With everything else that we had to get done. Looks like, woo, sorry, let me close that other door. Make sure the keys are out of the car. Sorry, where's the key? I know I grabbed them, right? Did I put them out of the car? Those are mine. I do this. I'm like really bad with keys. I should have one place that I put them, but then, yeah, they're over there. Okay, I thought I grabbed them out. But I don't shut the doors until I know where everything is. So that's what it looks like. So 20% all the way around. Turned out super clean. Looks really good. What a change. I like silver. Silver's not as common of a color anymore, but I like the contrast a lot. I used to have a silver car. Sweet. Looks good. I like doing these. So what's cool, Canon. What's cool about even my standard is that everything has a color stable lifetime warranty. Don't forget the strip. That was on the other car, that's not on this one. Everything's got a color stable lifetime warranty attached to it. So you still get one hell of a tint job, and you get a good film. So like the people that came in earlier, I wonder, wait, 1 second. Let me do something. This is gonna go black for a second. Okay. I don't know why that slowed down. That's really weird. See, it's streaming goofiness. Anyways, like there's a tourist show sitting outside, and they want just the back window removed and retinted, and it's like, whoa, 150 for just the back window, like to have it retinted, and it's like, yeah. The films I use, like, and then they're asking why that happened in the first place, and it's like, well, it's cheaped out on film, so that's just how it goes. You save some on film in the very beginning, you end up spending a lot more money down the road if you want to get something replaced and you want to do it, and you don't want to do it yourself. How do you deal with low ballers? You just state your prices. Low ballers are some of the most fun conversations now. Because, like, they'll just they'll like, waste some time trying to beat you up about price, and you're just like, no. Oh, come on. No. And then they just get tired and go haggle somebody else. I got so tired of dealing with that. And when you do work for people that either pay a little bit more or give you less hassle, they generally refer better clients anyways. So it's like, you know, if you're cutting everybody deals, and like, that's what people get to know you for. So it's such a pain to deal with, man. I don't have time for that. The cheap people are some of the worst clients that you're ever going to deal with too. Somebody that has a little bit more money to spend, you a lot of the times you'll try and show them the car, and then they're just like, they got other things to do. They're just like, yeah, it looks great. Thanks, man. Get in it. And I'm busy like, oh, yeah, I streamed your car. Some of them they don't have time. They just appreciate the work. And then the less hassle, the better, because it saves them time too. That's why you need a woman selling for you. Well, Nick is really good at selling jobs for me. I appreciate that a lot. I've picked up a couple of things from him for sure. The biggest thing is just kind of stick to your guns and then know who your clients are. Be courteous, be respectful, and don't waste time haggling with people. Make tint stuff banners. Maybe no, I don't know who would buy them. Maybe a couple of people. I had stuff. I had some merch that was for sale before. It just didn't do anything. So if I get around to it, I could do something through like Printful or whatnot. But for the most part, what people really seemed to like was some of the tools that we did. So things that you can actually use for tinting. So whether that be like the Detroit Tint Studio squeegee, the Detroit Tint Studio felt card. I don't know, green shanks, you know what I mean? Like stuff like this. That's like, this is what you're going to be using. And now it's got a little Detroit Tint Studio flair. So we have that type of stuff. Quick question, do I need a dryer sheet to shrink my front and back? They definitely help. Yeah, I would put something down. You're going to need something there. So whether you use dry shrink prep, dryer sheets, a soap bar, I use dryer sheets on this one, so yeah, I suggest do as many of the things that I do to have a good of a chance of tinting your own car. Because if you just like, I don't know if I need that, you might have some mixed results there. So, alrighty, we're gonna shout out some super chats here. Yeah, I gotta redo my waiting room. I gotta do the whole thing. We'll definitely put a TV up there. Low ballers, always look over your work. An inch and a winch. Yeah. So I don't know this for sure, but the way I thought about it, it was like, as a shop, you look at it like, wow, I gave you like a hell of a deal. You should be like one of the easiest customers. But for people that are only spending $100, $150 on a tint job, they probably didn't have a lot of money to spend anyways. So that money really then matters to them, so they want to get the most value for that money. And when you have somebody with a little bit more of a disposable income, all of a sudden 250, 350, 450 and up, they wouldn't have been spending that money unless they had extra money to spend. So yeah, it is more money, but it's less crucial because they just, some of those people, they understand you get what you pay for. You spend a little bit more, you have less hassle, and that's just, yeah, I don't know. That's the way I've dealt. I've been on both sides of the spectrum, so had a lot of hassle on the low end. It's not fun. You're too understanding. Alrighty, super chats. Big shout out to Kevin with the 50. Good God. Thank you, sir. I much appreciate that one. And everybody else too. Cameron, Michael, Kevin, Damon, Daniel, and then, oh, this is going back into yesterday after that. So thank you guys so much for all the support. We had fun tinting this Malibu. There's a bunch of other stuff they had to take care of too, but we got it all done. I have a removal and retint to do on a Taurus show. Yay. The removal is not going to be super fun, but I brought in some stuff to take care of that. Hopefully it won't be too bad. What is today? Tuesday? When do we have another stream? I guess we might stream. We'll either stream tomorrow. Today's Tuesday. We'll either stream Wednesday or Thursday, one of the two. So stay subscribed and be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, go tint some windows, make some money, and have a good one. Bye. Bye.